Hey everyone, welcome into the next episode of Pluto Plays, a one-shot series. Tonight we are going to be playing some Avatar Legends, the RPG, during the Hundred Year War, during the pivotal battle from the show. So this is going to be great. Um, so before we get into the introduction and kind of place where our players are at in the story and timeline of the series, just go around and introduce yourself, your pronouns, character pronouns, and your bending style, because we have a group full of benders here tonight. And we will start with Charmy.
Hello, I'm Charmy, also known as Captain Charmy. I will be playing Garnet Mocha, the Earthbender. Our both of our pronouns are she/her.
Awesome. Gizmo.
My name is Gizmos Aplenty. You can also call me Gizmos. I go by she/her pronouns. My character's name is Gianni Kelso. You can also call her G. She also goes by she/her pronouns.
Awesome. And Eddie.
And hello, everyone. I am Eddie, known across the socials as Discount Bard and in the chat. I am here today. My pronouns are he/they, and I'm playing Shao Ayame, who is a firebender, and his pronouns are he/him.
Awesome. And I am Paige. My pronouns are she, her. I'll be playing everybody else, but especially one particular character I've decided to play for the most of this. So, our story takes place. So, I did some timeline research for this. From the day of the Black Comet to the final battle of the Avatar series with Aang was about a month and a half. So, our players have helped King Bumi take back Omashu. Where our story branches off, instead of King Bumi going on with the White Lotus to fight for Ba Sing Se, Lord Ozai, despite his arrogance and confidence with the comet coming, for some reason in this universe, decided to pull back more troops to protect the capital, hearing about the attack incoming in a few weeks. Because of this, Bumi decided to compile his own force to head up north and help out Aang and their forces. And our players here are part of that task force. So I'm going to roll a dice and we're going to see who we start with and see what they're doing. So let me grab a d6. I'll use one of my avatar dice. Are so pretty. It's the one the firebender ones. And that is a 6. And since it was a firebender dice, I think that's appropriate that we're going to start with our firebender. So in Omashu, you guys have kind of been training here for about a month and a half since helping take back the city. What do you think Shao would be getting up to, Eddie? And why don't you describe what he looks like for us?
Sure. So, Shao is kind of a somewhat lanky build, has long, flowing, light brown hair that is pulled up into a top bun, classic Fire Nation style in the back. He has yellowish amber eyes, appropriate for a firebender that he is. He carries himself with kind of a grace and elegance that definitely comes from someone who grew up in a privileged environment. Although he definitely has tried to distance himself quite a bit from his origins, and has decided that what's going on with the Fire Nation is not for him. So, hence why he's over here helping out Boomy and the Earth Kingdom and trying to well, do right by the rest of the world. At this point, I feel like Shao is probably just working on his forms, working on his stances, and essentially trying to basically just make sure that he's ready for the rest of the world to see just how incredibly amazing he is.
Yeah, you notice, like, no one's been outright rude to you either while you've been here for this time, but you are the only firebender here in Omashu. So you kind of stand out. A lot of the Earth Kingdom forces give you a very wide berth, and if they do interact with you, it's very curt. While the Waterbender tribes that are here in the city are kind of more calm, like they don't really seek you out, but if they do have to talk to you, they're very civil and straight to the point. So as you're kind of just training here, why don't you make me just give me a skills and training roll. Just roll focus. You're preparing here.
So that's my 2 dice plus my focus.
Yep, 2d6 plus your focus score.
That'll come out to 7.
Okay. So yeah, you're whirling through the motions. You're pressing your firebending. But as you like really getting into the groove, you do see a group of earthbenders practicing, and like they're not trying to be subtle, and like you can feel tremors heading your way, and it disrupts your stuff. And like you do what you're doing, but it's not precise. It doesn't really hit the targets right where you're aiming, and your movements are just like thrown off every few seconds by tremors coming towards you. And in that group, as you hear laughter and you look over, Sharmi, why don't you describe your character for us?
Garnet is a curly-haired, brown-skinned, slightly mischievous-looking Earth Kingdom citizen, native to Omashu, and is probably currently has some earth material swirling about her, as she is kind of on the smaller side, like maybe a bit shorter, bit thinner to look at, but muscular, ripped.
Yeah, so as you guys kind of disrupt Shao, and you see your group's like, okay, that was so cool, Garnet. We're gonna get it ready. We'll see you later.
See ya.
And you just turn to see Shao looking at you as he's brushing himself off, and it's just the two of you left here in the training ground for the moment.
You threw off my groove.
But it was so funny to watch. It's how you build morale, laughing at each other.
I can't work under these conditions.
You gotta learn to work under any conditions.
I mean, fair, valid, but even so, it would not go amiss for you to just give me a little bit of personal birth so that I can work on this, because if I'm going to show off to King Boomy and make sure that he understands how incredible an asset I am to this organization, I need all the practice I can get.
Hmm. Well, there's no better practice than sparring, and some gem rings rise off of her arms and ankles and begin to kind of link together in her hands. You want to spar?
All right, if we're gonna play this game, and Shao's gonna go ahead and take a stance back, and from his side is going to essentially pull off a uh, whip that he uses and is going to engulf it in some flame.
Okay. Sounds good. So the way we're doing this, you have our first combat of the game already, and it's PvP. I love this. Um,
I love to start fights.
both of you choose your combat stance between the three: attack, defend, or evade. Type them in the Zoom chat, and don't hit enter until I say so, because we're gonna do this even, so at the same time, so we know who goes first, who goes second. So the way combat order in this system works is all the defense actions get resolved first, then the attack, and then the evade. Kind of like rock, paper, scissors in a way. Okay, you both ready?
I think so.
Yes.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, Garnet, as you defend, go ahead and make your roll. Both of you make your rolls. So if you're rolling defense, you would roll focus. If you're rolling attack, you roll passion, unless you have something that changes that.
Wait, hang on. Let me just read something real quick.
No, you're good.
Okay. All right, and sorry, what do I add again?
So defend and maneuver would be focus.
Okay.
And
11.
11. And Eddie, what did you roll?
If it's going to be passion for the modifier, that's going to be a 6 total.
Oh, okay. So what do you do first, Garnet, as you prepare to do your defense moves? What are you going to take? Well, if over a 10, you can choose from this list. You can mark 1 fatigue to use a learn technique. You can use 1 practice technique, or you can use 2 different basic or mastered ones. So you could use any of those basic ones in the defense section on the play thing, or you can use your one master technique to go on your sheet and then describe what you're going to do here.
Okay. So I'll say that I'll use my overwhelm kind
Mm-hmm.
of technique as part of my gathering of armor to defend myself. So rather than like covering um, myself in earth, the gem rings that I have kind of variously around my body, Garnet's rings kind of link together and begin to swing into a chain that is swinging around her and providing like some cover to any incoming attacks.
Yeah, so as you're gathering this up, Shao kind of shoots the. I do think you did strike, right, Eddie?
I did,
Okay,
yes.
yeah. Shao just tries to just bum rush you. He's seen Earth Kingdom's defenses. He tries to get there before, but right as he runs in, like these gems just orbit and just pushes him back, stunning him, leaving him wide open pretty much for the next exchange. And at this point, as you two are in mid spar, someone quietly just kind of approaches the edge of the training ground. And why don't you go ahead and describe Gianni Gizmos?
So Gianni is dressed in, I would say, like a gray guard uniform, but with traditional blue robes surrounding that. One of the Northern Water Kingdom, Agnoella, and she has long, dark brown hair all the way up in a giant ponytail, but there is a brimmed hat that is just sitting right around her face, or sitting right on top of her head with the ponytail coming right out of it. You can tell if you look closely that her skin is a bit discolored. It looks like an instance of vitiligo, and it sort of shimmers in the sun as she is watching this group spar. And she just kind of takes a seat and she kind of chuckles at what is going on and starts to draw in the dirt where she's sitting.
Sounds good. You guys can take your next stance move. So go ahead and type that out if you want to keep going with the spar. Also, why don't you guys give me a assess the situation roll?
The two of us, or
Yeah, the two of you sparring.
I think we're swapping dice.
Hey, you fail, you might level up early in this game.
Woo! What do I add to this?
You for assess situation, it is
Yeah.
creativity.
Okay. Well, I got a big ol' 3.
I got a 5 total.
We're doing great.
Yeah, you guys don't
Sorry,
notice.
I'm sorry, I can't math. I got a 6 total.
Yeah, you neither of you notice anything going on. So we are gonna do it this way because the way to level up an avatar is like after session stuff, which is the one shot. You mark it if you get a failure. We're gonna do mass style. You mark a growth spots, and if you get 4, then you get an advancement and you start over. So Eddie already has 2. And that is the first one for Charmy. Yeah, both of you are too entranced to really notice anything going along you. You do not even notice Gianni on the side, just kind of laughing and doodling, watching you two spar it out. But what is your guys' next stance? Go ahead and type it out.
I'm ready.
Okay,
As am I.
3, 2, 1, go. Oh, both going for Oh no, defend and attack. Okay, we're switching it up here.
Swapped it up.
Okay, so we're gonna. So this is how I'm gonna handle this. Instead of one going before the other, because the attacker did stun the defender last turn, you'll both roll at the same time, and we'll resolve it that way.
See if these ones do me any nicer. Okay.
What'd you guys roll?
What do you add for defense again?
Defense is focus, I believe. Yeah, defense is focus, attack is passion.
And if it's at all possible, I would like to use one of my learned techniques.
Yeah, based on whatever you rolled. What was your roll?
With focus, that comes out to 12.
Yeah, so
Oh,
you
nine.
can choose to use a learned technique or practice technique instead of one of the other ones. And then what did you roll, Garnet?
9.
9. Okay. So you can use a basic or master technique.
So I would like to use my learned technique to essentially dance myself out of this situation with my fire whip.
Okay. And what is Garnet's attack look like?
So I'm using the overwhelm.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is to throw a punch with all my weight behind it, but the way that that manifests for her is that some of her gems come together into like a large hammer at the end of her chain, and then she rears that back, swings it around her neck, and then sends it shooting forward on the chain towards Chow.
Yeah, so with the stun, it does clip you on the side, but with that higher roll, shall like as it clips you, you're able to like kind of like rotate over top of it and kind of wrap your chain and break the hammer and land nets to Garnet face to face as those gems just shoot back to her body and go back to where they were. At that point, you guys notice Gianni up to the side as Gianni's now covered in dust that is just kicked up from that.
Oh, hey.
Do we have to make it so dusty over here?
Just on instincts, we'll just settle all the dust back into the ground out of courtesy for G. Of course, no problem.
Thank you.
Sorry, this one decided it was time for us to practice what we've learned.
I see that. But do we think it wise to exert all of our energy right now when we have so much to work towards?
I wouldn't exert all my energy on this one. Not yet, anyway.
I'm gonna take a flourish with my whip and coil it up and hang it back on my side.
But I will say that you both look like you're getting it.
Elegant, extravagant.
Something of the sort. Maybe not as well said, perhaps, but better.
It's what I was going for, so I'll take the win.
As long as I'm ready to kick some firebender ass, I don't care how I look.
Good. Does it look like they're sweaty at all, or
Yeah,
anything
they were
like
both
that?
training, like fully training before they just started fighting each other. So yeah, they're both drenched right now, especially with the fire just being around.
Can I do something rule of cool, DM?
Yeah, go for it.
I'll just look at them and saying, before we go to see some important people, you all need a bit of a shower. And she'll take the water that's in her flask and make it into a giant bubble, punch it up into the air, and just have mist fall right onto them.
Nice. Yeah, totally does what you want, and as it does, like the sweat also gets bended into the mist and just pulled from their body as it goes away. You're both completely dry as the
Forgive my partner, but they're gonna give me bubble effects.
That was kind of amazing.
I love
your
it.
partner gets inspiration. They're not even in the game.
I get inspiration.
But yeah, as
I
the
appreciate it,
water,
Did we have to use your flask water?
yeah, as the
So
water,
much easier than taking it back.
you just see garnets, like all their crystals are literally polished and shining, and Shal's just kind of has some steam wafting off of them from the heat in the water.
Beautiful.
With that, as you guys are kind of conversing, you do hear a loud gong go throughout the city. that is an alert for everyone involved to meet up at the palace.
We must
Which,
go.
the quickest way to get there, our Earthbender could take you up the slides that are all over Omashu.
Oh yeah, this is happening. Um,
Hell yeah.
we gotta move. And Garnet starts running towards the nearest delivery route
hmm You
and
see
pops the
one of
group.
those stone chutes already there, ready for you. Like you just go there, you earth bend up, it gets into position, just like a roller coaster, just pulls off the track into position for you guys to sit in. And why don't you give me a roll to see how great you do this? We're gonna
Okay.
do. Let's see. This is earth bending. You know, this would be skills and training. So go ahead and roll me focus.
Focus. Oof. Okay. That is a 6.
Okay. You guys get there.
-1.
So what happens is you forget the package delivery route and you take a path that is very busy this time of day. So reminiscent of Alien Crew, you kind of go off the track and bounce over some houses on the way to the palace, completely doing a shit
Can
ton
I
of
say?
property damage.
Can I say that as we go to kind of like direct our trajectory, I
hmm
like use my chain to like swing us from route to route,
Okay.
but like
Yeah, so here's what
smash into
happens.
things on the way.
You're kind of smashing like over top of and through houses. Like you even halfway through you hit a cart and you hear behind you, "My cabbages!"
This entire
Sorry.
time, there is a high-pitched shriek coming from Shao in the back,
Yeah.
and very clear indentations in the back of the cart.
Yeah,
That
and
is
as you guys hear
pretty
Shao
wonderful.
scream, you kind of just troll your hammer and you catch like the last possible like column or pillar and kind of spin yourself up and you shoot directly towards the palace. And right as you're about to crash into the palace wall, you feel the thing stop. And you just hear loud, like snort and laughter from below you as King Boomy is on the ground, rolled around laughing. Ah, darn it! This is why I love you so much. Get down here, you three. And you just see like the thing breaks apart, and three of you like in seats as they lower to the ground in front of him. He sits up, kind of just waves his hand, getting the dust off of his king robes.
Of course, Your Highness. You're welcome, Your Highness. It is great to see you, as always, Your Highness.
I told you a million times, it's just Boomy.
Yes, of course. Boomy.
Okay, if the three of you are done playing around, we have to head out. We're going to go straight to the capital. Aang and crew have already headed there. They were able to find Momo, so everything is good. We have the most important person we need. It'll be great. You three are going to be your own little squad.
I'm sorry, Momo the monkey?
Yes, Momo the monkey. It's literally a thing in the battle when he came up, like found them when Aang was off doing something. He didn't even notice Aang was gone, but he noticed Momo was
Someone
gone.
important. There's Momo.
Someone important isn't here. Where is Momo?
So important. I love that.
Yeah, but you three are going to lead a strike force. You specifically, and he just points a finger directly like this close to Shao's face, know where the elite live inside that volcano place that they've carved out. The royal palace will probably not be guarded as Aang's going to try to draw them away. We need you to lock down the elite, take out any generals in the area. You'll have a troop of earth and waterbenders with you. Don't screw it up.
You can count on us, sir. We got this hand.
I hope so. Anyone want any rock candy before we go?
Yes,
I am
please.
very partial to your rock candy. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Here you go. And he just taps Shao on the nose, and Shao's just covered in rock candy. Take that one with you to the ship, and you guys go prepare.
Thank you, Your Highness. I mean, Boomy.
Garnet, you can literally just lift a hand and earthbend Shao along with you too as you guys head to the ships.
I
As you
do, but I also have chips of candy for us flying into our mouths.
Perfect.
love that. But yeah, as you guys are going towards the harbors, you already see Earthbender and Water tribe ships being loaded. And you guys are going to be on Boomy's ship with him and his royal guard, as he's going to have you guys get close enough and then have you guys take off with a different troop. But yeah, as you guys head out, is there anything you guys specifically would like to do during the long trek across the water to the Fire Nation? So we're gonna do a little bit of fast travel here.
I think that Gianni would want to meditate
Okay.
and try to like commune with the spirits to like weigh their odds in a way, or to like see how angry the spirits are, how willing to help the spirits are, etc., etc.
Okay. I'm guessing, because I know what playbook you're using, are you trying to use your otherworldly visions?
We would love to.
Okay, let's see. Let me read this. Some mark destiny. And let's see, to have a decision about the situation. Jam asked the GM one question. So you can ask me any one question as you guys are heading towards the capital,
Oh shoot.
and I will answer you.
All right. Let's see. What have we wanted to know for this particular campaign? And I can ask any question, period.
You can ask any question, as long as it's something that your character would know to ask.
Right. I will take a moment and just take a deep breath and say, what will help us the most in this time of defense?
The thing that would help your group the most is harmony.
Oh,
There's going to
well,
be, you have the sense that there's going to be something that's going to need all three of your bending styles to be able to have a chance.
together we are pseudo avatar.
Just missing an airbender, but they're all dead.
Not all of them. One.
Three-quarters of an avatar.
Well, he's gonna be a little busy, unfortunately.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, but yeah, it takes you pretty much most of the trip to meditate and reach out.
Yes.
But you feel that presence from the moon reach out to you and give you a vision of the battle. You don't really see the figure that you're fighting, or like you can't make out the details, but you notice the fighting styles of the three of you as you see like the earth hammer, the fire whip, and just like bubbles of water everywhere across the battlefield.
Beautiful.
What is Shao getting up to? Sorry, I know I asked you already. You took a drink.
It's all good. It's all good. No, I think at this point, Shao would probably be doing a little bit of reflection and a little bit of not necessarily meditating, but just sort of self-reflecting and just kind of pepping himself up for what's to come. Trying to make sure that he is psyched up for whatever it is that they are about to face and whoever it is that they might potentially face.
Yeah, you know that when they really surround the city, there's going to be Navy blockades all around the capital. There's going to be generals mixed in throughout. Good chance the princess is going to be here with her group, which would be bad. And you don't really know what's going on with Zuko. You heard rumors that he might have defected, but it's unclear. But you do know, as lead general of the Fire Nation Navy, a particular person will probably be there as well.
And is this one of those where we're fairly confident that he's going to be there, or is this one of those where it's a possibility?
You would know that if they're going full defense on the city, then the whole Navy would be pulled in. And if the Navy's pulled in, he's somewhere in the city commanding. He's probably not out on a boat. He's probably directing orders from somewhere deep in the city,
Got it.
as he very much does not like to get his hands dirty and hasn't for a while.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And last but not least, Garnet, what are you getting up to on the travel?
I think Garnet is a little bit impatient to get to their destination, so a lot of pacing, a lot of going through earthbending forms with the items she keeps with her, and bothering Chow about where his father will be when we arrive.
Look, honestly, if we have any luck, we won't have to deal with him at all.
Luck to you. Luck to me, we'll be seeing him finally defeated.
While I don't disagree with you, he's really not someone we want to confront if we can avoid it.
You can't spend your whole life avoiding a fight with your father. You have turned away from everything you knew and had and were protected by. Eventually, you'll have to face him.
Maybe one day, but I'm really hoping this is not that day.
Well, I hope it is. I want to punch something so bad.
Yeah, as you
I'm
get.
sure you'll have plenty of opportunity. Just don't catch me in the crossfire, please.
As you
Doesn't
say,
need
as
to
you
help me
as you
much.
guys say that, Garnet, you're punched across the face.
Oh.
And you guys look up to see Boomy with his robes completely off, muscled forms. Like, I sense some tension. Let's spar. And immediately you both are thrown up in the air by the rock on the boat.
Oh my god.
And there's not even gonna be rolls. So Gianni, you break out of your meditation to just see these two being thrown around the ship.
What?
Every time it looks like they're gonna take a hard impact, like the earth like cushions them, and then he's pretty much just ragdolling them.
Did we know that Boomy was gonna come on the ship?
Yeah, you guys are on Boomy's like capital ship.
Okay, because it seemed like he just like let us go and just chilled, and then he just randomly is on the ship. We're just like, ah!
Yeah, you guys are on the capital ship with a force, and you're gonna take a boat off of that boat to head into the capital once you approach.
Excellent.
I'm actually gonna see if there's any way throughout the course of me getting juggled and ragdolled around, if I can somehow catch some footing and see if I might be able to get the jump on Boomy.
Yeah, give me skills and training and -1 to your roll.
What's skills and training?
It
modifier?
is, I believe, focus. Yeah, focus.
Focus. That's gonna be so with focus -1, 10 total.
10 total. Yeah. So what do? You tell me what you do here.
So essentially what I would like to do is I would like to, essentially as I'm getting ragdolled, attempt to try and see if I can essentially force my center of gravity in such a way that I can basically collect myself and get some footing so that I can try and see if I might be able to, the goal being land and see if I can get a sweep under Boomy's legs.
Yeah. So with that, you are able to do that. You get down there. You kind of like catch yourself, throw your whip, pull yourself under some of the moving debris, and kind of swing down. And as soon as you land, you hit him in the back of the knee and sweep his leg out from under him. You just hear immediately, like as soon as he gets to the ground, he just snorts and starts laughing. Good one, good one. Now try this, and he just kips up and kicks you in the jaw.
This whole time, Garnet is just going, whee!
I think Gianni is like slowly walking up to Boomy as he just kicked Xiao in the face, and going to pull just a little rock candy out of her pocket and saying, "Do you need something?" to Boomy.
Boomy stops as he's about to, like mid punch with like earth around his hand, and Xiao just on the ground on one knee. Oh, oh, thank you, dear. And he just literally just shoves his face into your hand to
And I'm
eat it.
going to give a hand to Shao to try to like stand him up.
Shal's gonna kind of look up with you with that definite, like, my pride has been hurt look, but will reluctantly take your hand and pull himself up.
Oh, that's
Uh,
right. I came here for a reason. Um, we're approaching shore in about 10 minutes. The speedboat is below deck. If you get in it, there's about 4 speedboats. There should be about 5 earthbenders in each boat with you guys. So you have about a group of 20 with you. Don't mess up. You, the one that I just beat up, you know where they're going. So you lead them direction wise. I have no idea what's going on here. I'm just going to throw rocks in that direction. He just points to like the harbor.
Uh, so, question: Do
Mhm.
they? Is this sort of a we are sneaking our way in sort of situation, or do they very much know we're
This is an
coming?
assault. Yeah, they know you're coming. The idea is to, by doing the full assault with them, that your group can sneak around the back and get to the elites. Which
hmm.
is why you're attacking the harbor. Because like the desecrated volcano is a little more further in. But with the group of earthbenders and your knowledge of like going around the island, you should be able to create a track with the earthbending to get into the city itself.
Got it.
Gianni's gonna whisper into Shao's ear and say, I think Boomy likes you. That's the only reason he wants to punch you in the face.
I got him once. That means I can get him again.
You have done well this day.
I have, haven't I?
You guys see Boomy has fully pillared up with all the remaining earth and is just sitting there, feet dangling, with a giant like ball of rock candy that he's just chewing on.
Excellent. As we're leaving, Garnet just shouts up, um, "Good luck on your side of the mission, King Boomy. It is, as always, an honor to work with you."
Yeah, you too. Gem, this is gonna be a great fight.
Yes,
I
trying not to
Sir,
show.
sir, do me a solid. Don't die. I need to spar you again.
don't know. I am pretty old. You never know. I might die tomorrow.
But it would be his greatest accomplishment.
We'll see. Just don't mess up. You, water girl, you're in charge.
I take that with honor. Thank you, sir.
And you see that as you guys start to approach and you get down, you start to take the Earth Kingdom troops with you to the boats. You see there's one boat in the middle for the 3 of you, and then 4 boats for the group of 20 to kind of parse up behind you. And as you guys start traveling around, as you see the different water and Earth Kingdom nations start to launch full out assaults at the harbor, as you see water, tidal waves going in, you see rocks being thrown. The last thing you see before you guys turn the corner, you see Boomy on a giant pillar of stone, kind of surfing it through the air, and just 2 giant boulders of rock candy just being shot at the biggest group of firebenders. And you just hear loud laughter and snorting as you guys crest the corner.
I love him.
He's so cool.
But yeah, as you guys kind of make your way around, you find like a little bit of like a river that leads into the city itself, and you're able to create tunnels with the earthbenders behind you. And you guys arrive in what's definitely not a harbor, but you kind of make a harbor in the middle of the royal capital in the burnout volcano. It's very quiet. You don't see anyone yet. You know most of them would be either at the palace or the inner buildings, Shao.
The path looks clear ahead. We should press forward while we still have an opening.
I agree.
The Earth Kingdom commander that's with you comes up to Garnet as the only Earth bender in the 3 of you. It's like, we didn't really get orders. Do you want us to spread out and search the city? Do you want us to kind of fall back with you? What's the idea here?
What's the right way to go, Shao? Should we all go in together, or do we need to infiltrate first?
I think at this point, speed is of the essence. We have a distraction and a window of opportunity. We're probably going to want to move as quick as we can
Together.
together.
Okay. So
You're back up.
you see the royal palace ahead. You see the different like capitol buildings surrounding it, and you see each of the groups of four just head straight towards one of those capitol buildings, just full on assaulting. You see different blasts of earth and fire just in the distance as the three of you stand there on the shore. Where would you guys like to head?
Up.
Up.
just I mean, we would be heading towards the palace as much as possible to try to help out Aang. So I think that any sort of direct path would be the best decision.
Okay, sounds good. Why don't you all roll me assess the situation? So you all roll creativity.
Assess. Oh my god. Well, it's probably appropriate since I'm in my,
Mm-hmm.
my element right now. I rolled 14 total.
Ooh.
Thank goodness.
Okay. One of the
I rolled
rest.
a 4.
Or and Gianni got
rolled
an
an
8. Okay.
so
Charmy
sorry.
marked growth. Assess the situation.
I get to ask one question, right?
Yep, you get to ask a question. Eddie gets to ask 2, and you can get a +1 Eddie if you use any of those answers to do something. You do not have to use the list that's there. You can just ask me generally about the situation. That's the rule I do for any Powered by Apocalypse games. I don't like just limited into 4 questions. You just ask me what you want to ask me, because sometimes they just don't fit.
I think Gianni would want to look out for ledges. So basically, like looking for a great danger as they're heading towards the city.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm specifically looking for anywhere that someone can like pop out of. Is this a threat? Kind of a deal.
Okay. I think with that, you can kind of know that if you go to the side streets, it's going to take you much longer to get there. You'll probably run into less resistance. But if you are in a rush, you're going to want to go down like the main drag here, and that's going to probably lead you right into any defenses they have.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go quick and fast, but you're going to have a fight on your hands with any troops. Or you can try to sneak through and just kind of see what comes up. And then what does Shao want to ask?
I think what I'd want to know is, I know they have their front line at the docks. Essentially, I would want to be able to assess where potential reinforcements would be coming from, so that we could figure out how to navigate and avoid them if possible.
So reinforcements would be coming from probably the harbor, which is being assaulted at the moment. So maybe troops that are here are probably all that's going to be here, unless they turn the tide. If reinforcements do show up, you're probably already kind of fucked. And then we'll share the question.
The other question would be, would I know, if our goal is to get to the palace, would I know would I know a direct yet safe route to get there, and where potentially guards would be stationed?
They're kind of the same thing. The main drag would get you there the quickest. With that, if you get through some of the forces that are probably going to be piling about, you don't have to go directly up to the palace, because you do know an entrance along that way that kind of goes through a back door growing up in the city. So you will have to fight through some of them, but if you can clear a path, you might be able to jump through that in like a moment of distraction and potentially sneak your way to the palace.
I would like to relay that to everyone else and say that's probably our best course of action. The fastest, and we'll still have to meet some resistance, but at least we'll be able to get there quickly.
As you said, time is of the essence. We should go.
Let's do it.
You
What
guys,
we've been training for. We're ready for this.
as you guys run, full, like almost Naruto style run down the main street. You see in the distance these buildings being attacked, and as you turn the corner on the main street, you see up ahead a group of fire nation troops who get into stance and start to attack. And I think that's where we'll take our break before we get into the action here.
Oh,
So I'll take about a 10-15 minute break and then we'll get into this. So see you guys soon. Everyone, and welcome back to our Avatar Legends RPG one shot here, Omashu Onward. We have made it into the capital, and our three benders have crested, hold on, Main Street of the city, where there is a group of fire troop warriors ready to fight you guys. As they see you guys approach, you see three groups of them break off and charge each of you. There's 5 firebenders going at each of the three of you. So with that, I believe the way this works is I do what I'm going to do first, and you have to choose what you're going to do. It's okay, so let's see. You guys get what moves you're going to do, like attack, defend, or evade in the chat, and don't hit enter until I tell you to. We're going into this combat. So,
Figure out where the chat went. There it is.
let's see. These would definitely be palace guards, obviously. Okay, cool. I have what my 3 groups are doing. What do you guys do? Go ahead and hit enter. Okay, so Garnet's the only one that chose defend between all the fire troops and the 3 of you. So, Garnet, what are you doing first?
Drawing my rings of gems towards myself, building up a chain to provide some cover from incoming fire blasts.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and make your roll? So you'll roll focus. The 2 of you can roll your creativity rolls for the evade. Just so we know where you're standing at before we get into this.
9.
9, okay. What day or 2 of you roll?
Creativity, that's 7.
7, okay.
I rolled a 10.
Cool, so 2 hits and 1 extra hit. And then let's see, for NPCs, at least number 10 is equal to 1 plus their balance rated. Okay. So that's going to be 3 techniques. Got it. Okay, so first up, with your defense roll, use the seed, so you can use a basic or mastered move. So you can either use your overwhelm technique, or you can use one of the 3 basic defense moves.
Where are the basic defense moves?
So they're in that guide I provided in the Discord, but they are ready, retaliate, or seize a position.
Oh, okay, great. I'll say I'll go with retaliate.
Okay.
Like seeing them come forward, rushing for us. Like the idea is, as your attacks come in, I'm gonna rebuff.
Yeah. So mark 1 fatigue, and tell me what kind of condition you're trying to inflict here with this. Kind of just give it like a description of what you're doing, and then we'll assign what happens here.
All right. So the chain is flicking, kind of like when you jump rope, but you like whip it, kind of, in order to create more unpredictable opportunities for deflection.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. All 3 of them attacked. All 3 groups, so they go next. So with that, I believe they just use these techniques. Okay, cool. So let's see, what do they have? Coordination, shield wall, and swarm. Okay. This would be a minor. And let's see what this does. Okay, they're gonna throw themselves into attack. Mark 1 fatigue. Okay, perfect. So I got what they're doing. What are you guys doing to evade on your turn?
I think that I'm going to...
I believe Eddie rolled a 7. So Eddie, you can just do a basic or a master technique. That's evade. And then Gianni, you can do a mastered or basic, or you can do any of the other options that are listed for the additional options. Just has to be from the evade.
Okay. I would like to anticipate.
Anticipate. Okay.
That is my master thing.
That's your master evade move.
Yeah.
Okay, let me bring that up. See what it does here.
Study a nearby foe to learn where their movement will take them next. Declare the approach they are tending towards. In the next exchange, that foe must use that approach or mark a condition.
Okay, so before we start the next round of combat, you just tell me what the group attacking you does.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Cool.
You tell me which of the three they'll choose, and then Eddie, what did you choose to do?
I'd like to assess the situation.
Assess the situation. Okay. Go ahead and make that roll.
That's going to be an 11.
And 11. Ask me any two questions, and you get +1 forward to go with one of them.
All right. I would like to know in this group who's the biggest threat.
These are palace guards. They're not super trained. They're all pretty mediocre. Like they know basic fire techniques, and they usually mostly use group techniques, as you see them all trying to swarm you all together.
Okay. I don't know. I'm actually not sure what I want my second question to be. Does this? I guess. Well, does this seem like this is all of them, or do we have any signs?
You see that this is definitely the first wave of them. There might be more oncoming once like there's an alert, which with you see in the distance all the buildings being attacked by your offender group. Probably will be soon, so you're probably going to want to clear these three groups and get to that entrance as soon as possible.
Got it.
Okay, awesome. So here's what happens. So as you see Garnet kind of just send the gems around their body, kind of swinging that rope of like a hammer, that like whip-like situation. The three groups just burst through with the firebend and kind of propelled, like Kitsaki from My Hero, just kind of boost themselves towards you and just kind of swarm you with attacks. All of you will mark fatigue because they're all going to use their swarm technique. Because Garnet rolled good and got a defense roll, Garnet, you will only mark 1 fatigue. The other two of you will mark 2 fatigue. As they just like relentlessly attacking you, you guys are just dodging around as they're just trying to swarm you to where you can't do anything. Okay, before I get into these next round, Gianni, what is the group going to do for against you with your
Oh,
anticipate?
I have a quick note.
Mm-hmm.
From what I chose to do with retaliate, the foe that inflicted fatigue on me should get 1 as well.
Oh, that's even great because they already get 1 from that, so they'll have 2 fatigue. Perfect.
Suckers.
2 for them. We'll say this is your group. 1 for them and 1 for them.
And we're saying that the earthbenders that are alongside with us are doing the same thing that we're doing.
They've each tapped one of the Capitol buildings around the palace, so they're
Okay.
fighting troops in different locations closer to the palace.
Gotcha.
They pretty much advanced past you to kind of push some of the forces back.
So at this moment, it's just the 3 of us versus
Mhm.
15?
15 troops, yeah.
Gotcha.
What would you like your group of 5 to do, Gianni, with the anticipate roll? Do you want them to attack, evade, or defend on their next turn?
I want them to I want them to evade.
Okay. They will evade. Okay, everyone tell me what you're going to do in the chat. I already have your 2 groups ready, so as soon as you're ready, just type it in there and we'll get to the next round of combat here. As the 3 of you are just surrounded by these fire troops.
Ready.
Ready.
Go ahead and enter them in the chat. Okay. So defend, attack, and attack. Okay. So the two that don't have to evade are still going to continue to attack. So first up, Shao. Make your all three of you make your rolls, and then tell me what you guys are going to do. We'll start with Shao because he's defending. Defend is focus, attack is passion. 9. Okay, cool. So you can use a basic or master defend move. And then what did you two roll?
11.
I rolled a
11.
12.
Cool. So you guys can do a basic or mastered, or 2 basics or 2 masters, any combination of those. Or you can do, I think it's 1 practiced, or spend a fatigue to do 1 learned. But Eddie, what is Shao doing?
I would like to use my mastered tag team.
Ooh. Okay, what does that do?
Work with an ally against the same foe, choose an engaged foe, and an ally double any fatigue conditions or balance shifts that ally inflicts upon that foe.
Okay. Are you choosing to help out Garnet or Gianni?
I think I am choosing to show off to Garnet so that Garnet can realize that, you know, I did this for you.
Gotcha. So you're gonna help Garnet.
Garnet, yes.
Gotcha. Cool. Okay, perfect. And then our attackers, which is going to be 2 of the groups of them and 2 of you guys. So what are your attacks doing? Is they are going to continue to try to swarm and mark more fatigue on you guys.
I'm planning to pressure my group.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to choose attack.
Just strike, you mean?
Or wait. No, sorry. So I'm finishing pressure. Impress or intimidate a foe. Choose an approach. So.
Okay.
I'm choosing for the approach to be attack, so that the next time they can't attack.
Okay.
Is
So
that how it works?
yeah, so they can't attack you, which your group is evading you already anyways. They again will not be able to attack the next turn.
Yeah.
And what's your other move? Did you get 2 basic or 2 mastered total? So you get 1 more basic or mastered attack.
We're gonna strike.
Strike. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So they will mark. Ooh, what do they want to mark here? So you're 2 fatigue condition, or they can shift their balance. They are going to mark 2 fatigue. Perfect. And then what is Garnet doing?
Gonna overwhelm the group that I'm facing with my hammer strike attack, attempting to stun.
Okay, so mark 3 fatigue.
What do I do when my fatigue is full, which it is now?
So I believe when your fatigue is full, that's when you start marking conditions, if I remember correctly here.
Oh, right, yeah, that seems like what I read.
Yeah, I'll double check here in a second, but I'm pretty sure that's what it does.
Can I use a move at the same time as I'm doing this?
Yeah, so you get to choose any 2 basic or master moves because you rolled above a 10, so.
Okay, so if I use one of my moves to fuel myself with anger, fighting firebenders, I have an ongoing +1 to intimidate others and an extra mastered or basic technique. So I could do 2 to start based on my roll.
So you can do another
So
one,
I
yeah.
can do 3.
You can do 3, yeah.
Okay, so I'll say I'll do 2 more basic, 2.
Okay. Are you gonna strike, pressure, or smash?
Strike.
Okay.
On one, and then I will do pressure as the second one to intimidate.
Okay, so what approach can your group not do? So that's turn of they're gonna not do attack, defend, or evade.
They cannot attack.
Okay, cool. So that's two groups that will not be attacking, and then you're gonna strike. So the way this works, because of Shao, they are gonna take 4 fatigue, and you're gonna stun both your group and Shao's group, so they both miss a
Now
turn.
that's teamwork.
Nice.
You're welcome.
So
Help me.
first, before we get to Gianni's scene, describe it. You two describe to me what it looks like as you two like move towards each other and fight these 10 and stun the whole group. What does it look like?
So the way that I envision this happening is, so I don't want to speak for you, but I imagine since you're striking and I'm defending, I'm kind of prepping myself, getting my whip ready as you're charging in, and what I would think would be happening would be, as they're getting ready to move in towards us, my whip would essentially wrap around their wrists and basically throw them off kilter, WTF status, just in time for you to come in and thwap them well.
Yes, I completely agree. So, like, as they are toppling over into the off balance position, that is when the hammer is striking right where they fall into. So it's kind of like giving a little bit of pinball situation as they are falling into the hammers.
Yeah, and as you swing your
Just
hammer
falling
up,
right down.
as you lift your hammer up to kind of just like smash all 10 of them, you look up as it's coming down and you see a like it's your hammer is like double the size as all the rock candy that was on the 3 of you had formed up into your hammer. It's a little late gift from Boomy, and it's just shatters. So like your gems return, but the rock candy just shatters into dust around them, and they all like inhale some of the candy, and they're just on the ground hacking, like hard, barely breathing right now with all the just dust and powdered hard candy down their throat. Yeah, it's
And the dust cloud like puts me in silhouette, and then as it clears, like I'm just like there, like with my hammer, like intimidating at the
you're
two of
literally
them.
like glittering with rock candy sparkles all over your body. And then Gianni, as you're kind of just disrupting this group, what does your attack look like?
Yeah, so I am taking water out of my satchel and I'm making 2 bubbles on either side, right in front of my hands, and I'm just punching the bubbles to have bursts of water hit my 5 people all at once.
Yeah, you see some like fire is like the heat itself is what's fatiguing you, is they're just trying to swarm you with this heat, but you kind of just hold these like form these bubbles around you and start punch like you put a bubble in front of each one of them and you're just like in the middle just punching the bubbles and not moving from your position as the bubbles are like arching out and it's hitting them in random places.
Yeah.
That's great. You know what? If I had a nickel for every time someone in a group I was in fought with bubbles, I'd have 2 nickels.
It's not a lot, but it's kind of crazy. It has
Yeah,
its ways.
it is. I'm in a My Hero game, and one of their powers is bubble.
Love that.
Oh, that's great. But yeah, so new the next turn of combat. 2 of them groups are stunned, and the group that is left cannot attack. So the 3 of you, uh, Garnet and Shao, can just you tell me. I'm just assuming you're going to attack, just because they can't do anything back to you right now because they're stunned. Gianni, what would you like to do to your group? Which they will also not be attacking. They will be defending or evading you.
Um,
Which I will
hold
mark
on.
now.
No, I don't want to do that.
Okay, I know what they're gonna do. So just let me know.
Um, I so wait, I am I the only one doing anything here?
No, their group just can't do anything back because their groups are stunned. Your group is reacting to you still, but
Right.
you're all acting.
Okay, okay, okay. Um, I I think I'm gonna commit. I'm gonna evade
Okay,
and observe.
you're gonna evade. Okay, They also evaded, so you guys will act simultaneously.
Sorry, that was a misclick.
No, you're good. And then I'm just going to assume you two are attacking while they're stunned. Okay,
Yes.
go for it. So all three of you make your rolls. Evade is creativity, Gizmo.
Mm-hmm.
And then attack is passion, of course.
9.
Okay.
Got a 4.
4.
I am now regretting having passion be my negative. That's gonna be a 7.
Okay. That's fine. That still hits. So the 4 is going to be a stumble. But you can choose to shift your balance to still do a basic move. Would you like to shift your balance there, Gianni?
Let's do it. Why
Okay.
not?
Shift it which one way. Tell me which way it is and describe what Gianni's feeling in this moment to shift that.
I think that she's shifting it towards determination. Because she is feeling, I can't move it physically, but it's fine. Because she is feeling like time is of the essence and that there's no time to play games. So she is determined to continue forth and not let these firebenders get in her way.
Perfect. As they also are evading you for this turn. As you see them kind of like pull back to prepare for something, as your bubbles all pop around you, and you just kind of like, your guys are kind of just sizing each other up right now, kind of squaring up and like a break in the action. But yeah, attack rolls. So you both rolled a 7 to 9, right? So you get to choose either one basic or one master technique to do this stun grouped. That's just gonna take this.
I'm gonna do 2 basics because of my angry.
Your angry condition. Okay.
And I'm going to strike.
Perfect.
Just trying to hammer them down.
Love it. So, how do you finish off your group, Garnet? So that will put them over fatigue, and they'll have to mark their only condition.
I run into the group as I've been given an opening by Xiao. And once I'm completely in the middle, draw all my gems towards me and start swinging around and around in a bigger circle to basically like hit everyone in my radius so that they go flying.
Awesome. And Xiao, what are you doing?
Xiao is also going strike. And we're basically, we're doing a nice, elegant dance move as we flourish with a twirl in the air and basically just direct a nice bout of flame at a unsuspecting Fire Nation.
Gives me total like Fabian Seacaster vibes with the sheet and the fire elemental. You kind of just, the whip kind of just coils around your body, and just like a ring of fire for a second appears around you as they're blasted back. As that group blasts away, another group blasts away. And as we see the last 5, now the 3 of you turn to this one group, start seizing up. They prepare to move forward until immediately they're splattered as Appa lands on top of this group. As you see Aang, Katara, Zuko, and Sokka and Toph land in front of you guys. Oh, you're the group Boomy sent.
That is us, yes.
Awesome. Have you guys seen Lord Ozai yet?
Who's talking right now? I'm so sorry.
It's Aang.
It is Aang?
It is Aang.
We have not seen the Fire Lord, but may I say that it is a great honor to meet you, Avatar Aang.
So what's
Yeah.
doing with you?
Oh, he's a good guy now. Oh, kind of. He defected. Ayam. Zuko turns to you and recognizes you, Xiao. Oh, you're Tao's son. I thought you died.
Well, he probably would have rather that be the case.
I mean, that's what he's been telling everyone, so.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You make eye contact with Zuko, and you guys feel a deep bond of daddy issues between the two of you.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
Sokka and Toph are gonna head that way to the harbor to help Boomy, and I'm gonna try to draw out Ozai. But I think Katara and Zuko were gonna head to the palace if you guys wanted to follow them.
We would be honored.
By all means, I feel like the prince would have a much better idea of the interior than I would.
He's looking around. He's like, "I see you were heading towards over there. Perfect. That's actually probably the best route we can take right now, honestly."
Well then, shall we?
Yeah, of course. You see Sokka and Toph running off, arguing very loudly in the background. Don't die, Twinkle Toes! And you see Aang just burst off in the air with Appa. And yet later, after like a few minutes, as you guys are running towards the entrance, last thing you see is a meteor of flame rocket from the palace, tackle Aang, and just disappear in the distance.
No.
As you know what's about to happen with all of that.
Yep.
But yeah, you guys head to the bows. Katara comes up to the three of you. Nice to meet you guys. I'm Katara. I'm from the Southern Watering Tribe.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Katara. I am G.
Gee. Oh, I think we heard you were the one who was blessed by the moon or something.
I was, yes.
Okay, great.
And Yue says hello to both you and Sokka.
She looks back in the direction. You guys should talk after this.
I have
That
lots
might
of
be
messages for him.
that might be awkward though. She's thinking about all the other girls Sokka's been talking to. Sokka is a hoe, okay? Let's just be honest.
But a delightful hoe.
A delightful hoe. It's a great hoe.
So wait, you've been talking to the moon?
Yes. The moon, Tui has blessed me. Unfortunately, he died this past summer. But Yue was also blessed by Tui, and she looks after me now.
That's rough, buddy.
Zuko's like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna steal that.
Well, anyway, as interesting that as it is, maybe we should head along to the palace. Or you guys want to share more backstory? Zuko's
No,
looking
I'm
between the
too
three of you. Well, that time I can agree. Let's try to keep up. And you guys all rocket towards the entrance and start working your way up. After about
Chow, keep up.
after about 5-10 minutes, you guys make it into the palace, into an empty throne room. Okay. Anyone who's in command should be somewhere in a room off of here. Just start spreading out and looking around, guys. Zuko just heads off to one of the rooms near the near the throne, with Katara following.
I guess let's go this way, as I split off in one of the other directions.
I follow Shao.
Okay.
Same.
Perfect. So yeah, you guys head off. You guys are all searching for all the 5 of you, kind of looking around. You make it out of all the rooms in the throne room, and you come out into like the main entry hall to see 2 very familiar figures. On the right side, you see Princess Azula, and standing next to her, walking out from a side entrance, is an older gentleman, same hairstyle as Shao, but graying on the sides. Long scar running down his face, and very similar eyes looking back at you.
Did we stealthily come into this room or nah?
Nah, you did not. As
We're
you
not subtle about
is
this.
even you who doesn't know this person, Gianni, can see the resemblance immediately between Shao and Tao. Which I did not even try to make your names right, but I just realized that.
You know, honestly, it's very Fire Nation. It's very appropriate.
But yeah, you see the 2 of them looking at you. Azula glances at the 3 of you briefly before glaring at Katara and then looking at Zuko. Well, little brother, what a pleasant surprise. It's been a long time. We have a lot to catch up on. And you guys just see Zuko just like kind of growling at her. Um, and General Ayami turns to the three of you. You, he points to Garnet. You look familiar. Usually I kill most of your people, but you stick out for some reason.
Yeah, you tried before and you failed.
That's right. You were the one who ran away.
And now I get to finish what you started.
Well, made sense. You did end up with that, and he just kind of gestures to Shao. It's been a while.
You know, it's funny. This is more acknowledgement than I think he's ever given me in most of my life.
Well, it's like I was right to get rid of you. Look where you ended up. A traitor.
Better than being related to you.
Well, don't worry. You'll be dead soon enough. Then do all the rebels have pet waterbenders, or is that a new thing? Who's this little one?
Gianni just stays silent. But you see her vitiligo start to shimmer even more.
Well, we have a job to do, and you five, I should say, are in the way. And you see Azula's arms start to light up with blue lightning. As you also see your dad light up in an aura of normal lightning as yellow sparks start to form around his body. So your dad is the only other lightning bender in the Fire Nation. And with that, you guys see Azula just kind of disappear for a second, land in front of Zuko and Katara, and just yank them, and they're just flying through a wall off to the east side. And with that, what do you guys want to do? I already have my action chosen here.
Garden's gonna issue a challenge to the general and say, "Fight me here and now. Settle what you started."
That's right. I actually have a sheet for him. Let's see. Where's my character sheet for General Tal that I made during the break?
I'm trying to provoke him into attacking me.
Okay. So you want him to aim for you, is what you're saying, specifically?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm doing a stand and fight so I can fight my adversary and clear my fatigue.
Yeah, how the heck do you clear the fatigue?
Let me bring that up. Let's see.
Apparently, I made the right choice making your dad my adversary, so that I can.
Oh yeah,
be
yours
that
yours is an ability thing, isn't it?
It's just in your adversary section. When you enter into a fight, clear all fatigue and become inspired.
Oh, okay. Cool. That is really nice to have. Okay, but cool. So mark all of you guys are doing in the chat, and then we will get into the battle.
I'm ready.
Yeah, go ahead whenever you guys are ready. Put it in the chat, and we'll go through it.
Yeah. Squad.
Defend.
Defend.
Very smart, because he's about to attack. So all three of you,
Coming our way.
all three of
We don't
you,
wanna get hit.
all three of you roll and tell me what's going on here as you guys prepare to defend against this lightning bender. As his nickname is the Bolt of the Fire Nation for a reason.
Oh, what was that all?
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
In my attempt to provoke General Ayami into fighting with me, can I use that to say I successfully made him stand and fight so I can roll with passion?
Yeah, you can roll with passion.
Okay, great. It's better than my focus.
Let me know your guys' defense rolls, and we'll see what you guys can do here.
And
And
he's attacking this time?
Yeah, so you guys get to roll first and tell me what you're doing before he does anything.
Gotcha.
oh, that means I have stuff.
Okay, so Garnet rolled 10, Shao rolled a 9. What did Gianni roll?
7, I apologize.
7. Okay, so Shao and Gianni can do either one basic or one mastered, and Garnet can do 2 of either or one of the other ones. So what are you guys doing? We'll go with Garnet first, and then we'll go down in order of rolls. So we'll go Garnet, Shao, Gianni.
Okay. I'm gonna retaliate.
Okay,
So that if he inflicts fatigue on me, then I can inflict one back.
sounds good.
Oh, or a condition or shifts balance.
So you're gonna take the retaliate move.
So I guess I'll do retaliate because I can do 2. I'll say that I'll do ready as well.
Okay. So you're gonna mark 1 fatigue, and you're gonna steal yourself 2 and inflict anything back at him. Okay, cool. How are you readying yourself?
How am I ready myself? Gonna earthbend my foot deeper into the ground to give myself a solid grounding against incoming lightning attacks, and begin to pull my gems into orbit around me.
Perfect. Shao, what are you doing?
I would like to retaliate as well. I want to try to avoid getting struck by lightning, obviously, but in doing so, I would like to try and see if there's any means for me to be able to uh, get myself in a position to counterattack.
And then Gianni, what are you doing?
I'm also retaliating.
Smart.
I am
Team
going.
retaliate.
Yeah. I'm going to build a bit of an ice wall in front of us, and when he tries to shoot lightning at us, the ice wall will retaliate back
Mm-hmm.
in such a way.
Yeah, so the combat starts and he sees you immediately. All 3 of you tense up. One of you grounding your feet into the earth comes up to your ankles, like midway up your shin. One of you just puts up a fucking ice wall like the girl from Overwatch in front of the 3 of you. And then Shao is just like getting in position, ready to react. As he raises his hand and you hear a crack of thunder, says his balance is 3, which means he gets 4 techniques per turn. As 3 attacks are coming at you of his lightning blast attack. So you will all mark a fatigue back at him because he did attack you guys. So he will get a fatigue back. So he'll mark 3 fatigue. Mm-hmm.
I put this in the chat just now, but in my stand and fight to provoke him into attacking me, is the roll that I just did the one that I should count this with, or should I be making a separate roll to see if he's coming for me?
Because he's coming for you, because he gets 4 moves, 2 of these are going to be at you. So he's going to
Okay,
take a lightning attack at each of you, and then he's going to do an additional attack on you. That's how this is going to go. So you each are going to take that. So he has to mark 3 fatigue to use this move, and then he has to mark a fatigue each for hitting each of you. But each of you will take 2 fatigue as lightning bolts just crash through your defenses, ice shattering everywhere. But as you guys are hit and feeling the electrocution, kind of negated by your defenses, you do see back at him, you see ice shards and burns and dust around his body as your defenses kind of scattered back at him. And with his last attack, he's going to, let's see, Okay. He's going to look to Garnet. So, you want to call me out? Why don't you stop standing there and come attack me? And he's going to use pressure. You cannot use the defense move on your next round. But with that, let's move into the next round of combat.
He said, "Don't start none, won't be none."
Exactly. So you're gonna start shit, then come do it. Okay, I have what he's gonna do. Of course. Attack, attack. What is Gianni doing?
I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
Trying to figure this out. Like, wait. I have balance moves. And I don't know where they come from or what they do.
You have balance moves, you said?
Yeah, I have basic moves and I have balance moves.
Let me see. So those are more situational.
Okay.
I'll call those out if you need to use those.
Okay, so never mind. I am going to evade.
Evade. Okay, so you will go last. As he is going to defend. So I will call out what he does as your guys' attacks go off, but the two of you attack and go ahead and make your rolls, and Gianni make your evade roll.
And evade uses
Creativity.
And what is defense use again?
Focus.
Focus.
Defense is focus, attack is passion, evade is creativity.
Okay.
So Garnet with a 13. It's like, okay, bitch, I'm gonna attack you. It's like you wanted. I'm guessing you're gonna take the additional thing too from your one move, right? So you get 3 instead of 2.
Yes.
Okay, Gianni rolled a 7, so you get 1 basic or mastered. And then what did Shao roll?
Oh, I rolled a 6.
Oof. So Shao's going to stumble, mark an experience point. Are you at 4 yet?
Unless I got another one at some point that I'm unaware of, I believe I'm at 3.
I think you're at 4, if I remember rightly.
I mean, I'll take the DM's suggestion.
Take the 4, clear it, and we'll get to what happens on that in a second.
Perfect moment for you.
Yeah. So with the 13, what are you doing? what are you unleashing? So you see Shao just kind of throws his fire whip and it's caught, and he's just yanked off balance.
So Garnet is going to laugh and say, "Be careful what you wish for, old man," and strike him with an overwhelm attack. So gathering all of her gems into the hammer-shaped form and then literally punching it so that it flies forward to hit him directly, like in the sternum.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to mark 3 fatigue to stun him.
Okay. What does that put you at?
4, because
Okay.
I cleared all mine before and then I just took 1 last turn.
He did 2 to each of you, so I think that fills you up actually, because he did 2 to each of you with that lightning blast. It's just you guys did 1 back to him when he did that.
Oh, okay. I thought I had a minus, but I don't actually. So
it should put you at
I
full.
am now full.
Okay. So you're gonna
But
overwhelm
that's okay.
him
I
to
just
stun
want to
him.
do this one move to stun, and then
It's fair. Give you a free round of combat.
What does inspired do?
Let me double check.
Oh, okay, now I
it's
got
a
it.
bonus.
I don't need it right now.
Okay.
So stun, and then I can use a second basic move, which will be to strike.
Okay. You have 3 moves, right? Because of your one thing? Your one move, like you're angry or something?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Okay.
I do, actually. So I'll do strike and...
Oh, actually, no, the way that works, I'm reading it now. So when you mark it the first time, you can do that. It's just while it's marked, then going forward, you get +1 to intimidate anyone because you're so angry.
Okay, so I'll just stick with the 2.
Okay,
then.
cool. So you're going to strike him.
Strike.
Perfect.
Yes.
So the strike will do Hmm.
Mark 2
He's
fatigue
gonna
for
take a
every 15
condition,
hit damage.
actually, because he wants to save
Ooh.
some fatigue. So let me see what he's gonna mark here, as you do stun him, but I will get to his defense move here in a second. Yeah, I think that works. That makes sense for him. Before we get to the evade move, so as he catches the fire whip from Shao, you see him kind of like grab the other end of his hand and pull across, and his flame shield appears in front of him. So what this does, he can mark up to 2 fatigue, block attacks, exchange equal to 1 plus the fatigue he marked. So with that, he is not going to mark a condition, as he's going to use all of that to absorb your attack. But he will not be able to avoid the stun completely. He will mark 1 fatigue from the stun, but he won't get fully stunned. So he takes some damage instead of getting stunned and then blocking the strike with that flame shield. But he does mark 2 fatigue plus the 1 that got through, so that puts him. He's getting up there. Perfect. And then evade. What are you doing for your evade, Gianni?
I am going to bolster or hinder. So I can aid or impede a nearby character, inflicting an appropriate status.
Okay.
And I want to impede him.
You want to impede him.
So I want to give him.
So the negative statuses are doomed, impaired, trapped, or stunned.
Let's make him impaired.
Impaired. So impaired. He marks 1 fatigue or takes -2. Oh wait, no, that's PCs. NPCs chooses 1 fewer technique that's turn. Cool. Perfect. Oh yeah, he does do this too. Because he would have had more techniques. We'll say his other defense move was to seize a position. As he does the flame shield and it disappears, you see he is taking the high ground as he's up on the staircase now. This like plot like lobby above you guys, like closer to you but higher up.
Okay.
Okay, next round of combat. Let's go. So he like gets 3 moves this turn because of that. Can all of you roll me 2d6 plus your highest stat, please? Just let me know what you get.
That was a great roll. 6.
Damn.
7.
8.
Okay, cool. Good to know. What do you guys doing? Evade, attack. Okay. Gianni's the one on the offensive this time, as he's also going to attack. So Gianni, what are you doing?
Oh.
And all of you go
I have
ahead.
to actually know what I'm doing.
All of you go ahead and roll too, and put those in the chat, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. I rolled a 9.
A 9, okay. So you can choose 1 basic or master technique. And then what did you 2 roll?
Evade is creativity, right?
Yeah.
That's a 10 for me.
Okay. And darn it.
7.
7. Okay, cool. So Gianni, you get 1 move. What are you doing?
Okay. If I'm reading this correctly, because he has a fire shield.
He did, yeah. He used one on his last turn.
Okay. So never mind. So it's not there anymore. Okay.
Yeah, it's a technique. He can use it.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. We're gonna strike him.
Strike him? Perfect.
Yeah.
What's it look like as you attack him? Is he's also going to strike back at you with one of his attack actions. You guys are going to meet in the middle, here. So what's your tat look like, and I'll describe what meets it.
So what I'm going to be doing is I am taking the ice wall that has crumbled to the ground, and I'm going to swirl it all around me, and I'm going to swiftly, as if a sword is coming from my hand, turn it into ice and shift straight towards him.
Yeah, so you jump up towards him, and he jumps off the stairs, seeing that towards you, as there's a clash of swords as he summons a sword made out of lightning to meet your sword of ice, and you guys kind of like push against each other, spin off, and each slash into each other across the sternums. So you each take either 2 fatigue, a condition, or it's either one, two fatigue, or you can shift your balance. So which one would you like to do, Gianni, of those 3 options?
I have a question about the shifting of the balance.
Mm-hmm.
So, are we supposed to adjust anything based on where it is?
So on your character sheet, it would just be the top, like the top number is the one that's the balance, I believe. Or no, actually, those are the bonuses. So the
So
way
is
it
minus
works
1 to
is,
everything and plus 1 to everything, depending on what it is?
so I think it depends if you use those balance moves, then it's based on which principle you're going after, and then that's the
Oh.
modifier. Yeah. So which way are you shifting it if you're shifting your balance?
We're gonna shift it back into the center.
Back into the center. Okay, sounds good.
So we can do that.
And he's gonna mark a condition as he looks down at himself, bloodied from what he considers an add-on to this fight. Um, he's going to mark the disgusted condition.
An actual threat? What?
He looks down at himself, and you just see him scoff and it's like, "You make me bleed my own blood? How dare you?" And you see him just kind of like swipe the wound with his sword, just cauterizing it. And he has 2 more attacks. He would have 3 more, but because of the last evade, he lost one of his techniques. So let's see what else he's going to do. So he's mad that you hit him, so he's going to hit you again.
Let's go.
But he's also going to attack his son, because why not? As 2 bolts of lightning come racing at you guys. He actually, no, he can only throw 1. He only has 1 fatigue left, so he's going to throw a lightning bolt at one of you. Because once you're out of fatigue, you can't use fatigue moves. So he's going to mark his last fatigue, and he's going to throw a lightning bolt at you, Eddie, to give you 2 fatigue.
Hooray!
And then with his other attack,
What happens when it's full?
when your fatigue is full, if a move says mark fatigue to use it and doesn't say or this, you can't use that move anymore. If it says something like mark fatigue or do this, you do the other thing. And if you would take fatigue and you don't have fatigue, you mark that many conditions instead. Remember, if you mark all 5 conditions and you have to mark a condition, you are out of the battle. So yeah, it's getting intense. He's also there. You guys are all, battles are intense in this game. They go very quickly. With his last attack action, let's see, you can't use that attack anymore. So he is going to do 1 more strike. So he slashed at Gianni and him slashed at each other. He throws a lightning bolt at Shao, bounces towards Gianni with a lightning step, and just like spinning back hits you in the back of the head, Gianni. So you can do, again, I'm gonna say you can't mark balance twice because you hit with 2 strikes. So either take fatigue, 2 fatigue, or 1 condition.
I'm gonna take a condition.
Ooh, what's your condition you're gonna choose, and let me know how you react as this happens.
We're going to mark angry.
Angry. Yeah, that's appropriate as you get kicked in the back of the head and skid across the lobby floor.
Yeah. And she takes this hit in the back of the head as her hat flies off because she's been wearing her hat this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Completely singed from the lightning. And she's going to just turn and get really low as if she's taking a bit of a hulking stance.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to just grit through her teeth and just say, "Such a threat from a pet? and she's gonna get ready for whatever's next.
Give me. You have how many Destiny bosses do you have left right now?
How many Destiny boxes?
Yeah, how many Destiny bosses do you have left right now?
I don't know. Let me see. I have 3 boxes left.
So I'm gonna give you an option here. You can roll 2d6, and you can add 1 for every box you mark. And something's gonna happen based on what you do. But you know what happens if you mark the whole box.
What does? What does it? What happens? I have to meet my fate. No. Okay, I'm gonna roll 2d6.
Yep, and then tell me how many boxes you're gonna check to add to that roll before you roll the dice.
Oh, before I roll the dice. Okay. I'm gonna check 2 boxes.
2 boxes, okay. So 2d6 plus 2.
Okay. Oh shit. Rolled a 14.
Great. Okay, before we get to that, what are you guys doing on your evade rolls? So go ahead and make those numbers. Would you roll on your evade rolls if you haven't rolled them yet? Or if you haven't rolled them yet, roll them.
7.
7. Okay, so you get 1 move.
Great. My one move is going to be to hinder the general.
Okay.
And I can inflict a status upon him, I
Yep.
believe.
You can do doomed, impaired, trapped, or stunned.
Trapped.
Okay.
Making the chains weave around his legs, like with the hammer flying
Ooh.
back and forth.
That's really
to lock
good.
him in place.
He's gonna have to mark 3 conditions to break out of that, or fatigue, and he has no fatigue left. Oh, that's okay.
That's so good.
Don't start, none won't be.
We'll get to that here in a second. What are you doing, Shao?
I rolled a 10.
Okay, so you get 2 options. What do you do?
Great. So the first thing I would like to do is commit.
Okay, what balance? What are you shifted?
I would like to shift towards confidence.
Okay, so the next time you do something with confidence, you will not mark fatigue.
And also, I noticed on here, do you clear fatigue when you evade?
Oh, actually, you do.
Okay, that's good to know.
That's why I picked it.
Yep.
You
And
clear
then
a
the,
what?
You clear 1. It says you clear 1 fatigue whenever you roll a fade.
And the other thing I would like to do is I would like to test balance on my father. And for that, I would need to.
So their principle, unsurprisingly, is ambition.
Mm-hmm. So then, with that in mind, I would like to call them out.
Yeah. What do you say to your dad to try to pull back on that? And as you're saying that, what is Garnet doing in the background to hinder him as they're yelling at each other?
The chains are just wrapping around through his legs to kind of lock him up, keep him in place.
It's almost like fuck, what's the technique? I always go back to My Hero, but kind of Best Genius stuff where the threads surround. That's what your chains are. Your chains are like surrounding him almost like a cage. Like he has barely any room to move. And as Shao lands in front of him, what does Shao say?
I spent my entire life living in your shadow, thinking that you were so great. And look at you now. You're pathetic.
Pathetic. You rely on others. That's not power. That's weakness.
No. They're what give me strength.
We'll see about that. So, here's what's going to happen now. With that 14 roll, with Destiny, he is going to slam down, uses 1 technique I gave him, as lightning shatters the cage. But as he shatters the cage and he forms this lightning aura around his body, you all feel something click in your body. As you look up in one of the holes in the ceiling, Gianni, and you see the full moon. Garnet, you feel the ley lines underneath the palace shift, and the plates of the platonic plates right under you are completely aligned. And some of that lightning shall be in so twice arts off of you and hits you, and you tense up to block it, but it just redirects around your body. So here's what we're gonna do. Gianni, take one blood bended move. Garnet, take one metal bended move. And Shall, take a lightning bended move. And while you guys do that, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break and get back to this battle so they can choose their selection. So we'll be back in 5 minutes all. Okay, and we are back as everyone is powered up. As the scene before us, standing in a crater in the middle of the lobby is Tao, surrounded by like arc lightning. Like think fucking Gohan Super Saiyan 2, just lightning just arcing off his body, but like more. Like you can almost barely see the outline of his own body because the lightning surrounding him. As that lightning sparking off, and Shao's right directing him, but you see that the lightning that's sharking off and should be singeing or damaging Shao is starting to like almost elegantly swim around Shao's body and not quite forming an aura like his dad, but more of a just like pulses of lightning every once in a while, just kind of blipping here and there. The earth is literally starting to tremble in the area that Garnet is in, as you see some of the gems on their body have turned to pure metal. And Gianni is floating a foot off the air. And you all feel like, everyone in this room, the other three of you, all feel your veins kind of tighten up a little bit. But with that, everyone make their moves. And let's get in here. I know what he's going to do, because gotta commit now. What are you guys doing? Attack, evade, evade. Okay, no one defended. Gianni and Tao once again attacking. Out of the three of you, I was not expecting Gianni to want to square off directly with this dude, but I love it.
Vengeful as fuck.
Okay, so as Gianni and Tao charge each other while the other two of you back up and prepare. All of you make your rolls, and let's see what happens here.
I rolled a 9.
A 9, okay.
I also rolled a 9.
9, okay. What did Shao roll?
A 9 as well.
Oh, you are so close to
9
using your new
across the
technique.
board.
You're one away from all using your new technique. It's okay. So with that, you can choose one basic or mastered move each. What would you like to do, Gianni, for your attack?
We are going to, since I hit him.
And just because you can't use the bloodbend technique, you can flavor your attacks that way now, since you guys do have access to that. So make it cool. Go with
Right.
it.
No, absolutely. So what I'm doing is, remember when I sliced him a little bit ago?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
That
going to
very
take the-
badly caterized wound.
It's fine. Whatever blood slipped on the floor, I am taking that within the bubble that I have just taken of my water, which
Mhm.
then turns this faint red, and I'm going to strike him.
Awesome.
In like little like shards, like dagger shards that are now pink with his blood, and I'm going to strike them at him.
Okay, so he strikes back at you. So what happens is you guys blink as you see Gianni do this, and Gianni's in a wall embedded as he just lightning steps super fast and punches you. But as he stops, you see these blood spikes just like through his body, like through one side, and there's blood spikes scattered throughout his body. He's breathing very heavily. He is going to mark a condition for that.
I'm also going to mark a condition for that.
So he didn't have any because of his technique, but he will mark. He's going to go with angry at this point. He was not expecting this battle to be like this. He's very angry.
Take it.
Um,
I'm marking guilty.
Yeah, I mean, you did just use his bloodbended for the first time. It has a stigma to it. It tracks.
The power! I like it, but I hate it!
And then with his next 3 attacks, because he doesn't have his impaired anymore for that, he gets 1 lightning blast back because he got 3 fatigue back. So mark his 3 fatigue, and he's going to lightning blast you, Eddie. And then he's going to strike each of you guys too. So Garnet and Shao also mark either 2 fatigue, a condition, or shift your balance. And Shao, in addition to that, mark 2 fatigue.
I only have room for 1 fatigue.
Okay, so mark 1 fatigue and 1 condition, please. And then you can choose to mark a condition or shift your balance in addition to that. And let me know what conditions, if extra, you mark.
All right, I'm gonna go with insecure.
Fair.
And then what was the other thing?
You can either mark another condition or you can shift your balance.
Yeah, let's go to angry.
Okay, cool. So insecure and angry. And then Garnet, what are you doing?
Just want to point out we're all angry. I'm gonna shift my balance. I can do either balance or condition, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna shift my balance towards force.
Okay, perfect. And then do you have enough fatigue to mark the two? Or no, that was just Eddie. They got that one. So yeah, you're good. Perfect. And then what are our evaders doing? What if they're one move? Obviously, besides clearing the one fatigue, which Shao needs now. So Shao mark one fatigue back down.
I have a question,
Mm-hmm.
which is based off of the conversation that Shao and his father had so far in the battle, do I know the general's principle?
Yeah, you can get a pretty good idea of it.
Okay, so I want to try to challenge his balance.
Okay.
Um, and
So you're gonna do the test the balance move.
yeah, and I'm gonna
Okay.
try to question their belief to say, all of this ambition and you're getting beaten out by someone you won't even claim. He's better than you, and you won't even claim him.
He's not better. If he was better, he would listen to tradition. He doesn't know how to use his power yet. Look at that pathetic aura he's manifested. He can't even control it. What does Shao do?
So I'm not entirely okay. I think I would like to try to push my luck.
Okay. Push your luck. Let me see where that's at. When you push your luck in a risky situation, see what you want to do. Roll passion. Oh. Okay. It's the just go all out move. Go for it. Roll passion.
Pretty much, which is gonna be a little bit,
I'm gonna say
passion's my negative. But...
you can roll with your principal because I would say this is confidence. So whatever your confidence is at, or you're shifted one, right?
Yes.
So you would roll +1 instead of your passion, because this is definitely within confidence for sure.
All right. I would like to show dear father that my aura is not as weak as he thinks it is, and I would like to try and see if I can shift some of this aura into a redirection of some of his lightning energy.
Okay. Roll me your roll. We'll see what happens here. This is going to cost you regardless of what you roll.
Yup. You are not going to believe this. I just rolled 2 6s.
Okay. So on a 10 plus, you do what you do besides the cost. So there will be a cost to this, but what are you trying to do?
I want to direct some of this lightning energy that he's got floating around me back at him and show him a taste of his own medicine.
Okay. So what happens in this? How much fatigue do you have left? Just one now, right?
1, yes.
Okay. Mark that fatigue. And you're gonna take one condition, and you're gonna take the stunned status. Because this is a lot of lightning you're trying to channel that you've just unlocked lightning bending. But it does work. You roll a 10 or higher. So what happens is you pull this lightning back in, like you contract it into his body, and you see him like electrocute himself. You like full on Blanca from Street Fighter. You see like his skeleton for a second as this intensifies around him as he's gonna mark 2 conditions. as he just singed by his own aura and it dies down to like a steady pulse just like yours now.
Love it.
As he is going to mark afraid and he's going to mark manic. Because I think those two in that moment are very appropriate. He's afraid that you just did something he didn't know you could do, but he's also now fucking fixated on this battle. He's fucking ready. Okay, next round of combat, everybody. It's getting close. He has 2 conditions left. How's everyone doing? Like everyone's getting hit hard here. Okay, make your rolls. Oh, and I think he's gonna have to do that, maybe. Yeah, I think he's gonna do that.
Trying to metal bend it. I just can't get there.
Actually, sorry, Eddie. He did stun you, so you skip a turn on this round.
Oh, that's fair.
No.
But what are the rest of you guys doing?
It was worth it.
Evade.
I'm gonna evade.
Everyone's evading because he is also evaded this turn.
Nice.
So he is going to, as you guys go ahead and make your evade rolls as I do what he does. He is going to first. So he gets to make 4 technique rolls. So what's he going to do here? He's going to, I think, hinder all of you. And what is his evade move here? Let's see. He's gonna test balance, I think, on one of you. So I go look at your sheets real quick. This is gonna trigger a defy an NPC roll on whoever I choose, so get ready for that. Let's see, so we got care and force, loyalty and confidence, patience and determination. He's gonna target his son, because honestly it's more fun that way. So he's gonna hinder you all with the doom condition. You'll each mark a fatigue every turn until you free yourself from that condition. Or status, I mean.
How do we free ourselves? Out of curiosity.
So there's some moves in here that you can like clear statuses. So like obviously bolster or hinder, you could also take the status away, so that would work.
Oh, okay, cool.
Or anything else that has like clear condition, clear status, and a move name would be able to do that.
Okay.
But he does that, so he lifts up in the air. His lightning channel around him. His fire starting to spark, and he just throws 3 bolts of lightning that are wrapped in flames at you guys, and they hit the ground and around you and surround you, and like you're like in these fiery lightning cages. And he lands in front of Shao. Look around you, son. Look at what you're doing. We've ruled for so long with the power we possess. You're gonna give that up for who? You don't have anybody. Come back home, and maybe we can find a place for you. So he's gonna try to shift you towards loyalty. So I'm gonna need you to roll. What is it called? Resist shifting your balance.
I think I roll with my principal for that.
Yeah, I think you roll with whatever your principal's at right now, which would be
1.
1, yeah.
Oof. So I rolled a 8 total.
Okay. So on a 7 to 9, you can clear a condition or mark growth immediately to prove them wrong. Shift your balance the opposite way that they're trying to push you. Or you can learn what their principle is, which you already know, but you could take +1 forward going against them. So which of those 3 would you like to do as you
What was
speak?
that? What was that last one? Sorry.
You learn what the principle is and get +1 forward on your next roll against them. So either +1 to your next roll, clear a condition or mark growth, or shift your balance the opposite direction from what they're trying to do.
I'm gonna clear condition. I got a little too many of those.
Okay. What do you say to him to prove him wrong as you clear a condition? What do you say back?
You said it yourself. I'm not your son.
Damn. Okay. And now I believe you two of you had evade rolls. So Gianni and Garnet, roll those and tell me what you got.
I got a 10.
Hell yeah.
8.
8. So 2 basic or masters for Gianni. Or if you have any learned technique or practice techniques are evade, you could use those. And then Garnet, you can choose 1 basic or mastered move. Remember, you all are going to take a fatigue this round because of the status, so I'll mark 1 fatigue right now. If you don't have fatigue, mark a condition.
Condition right back.
Hey, at least they balanced out. I'll take it. Actually, for you two, they would just balance out because you evaded this round, so you would have took a fatigue, lost a fatigue.
Yeah. I'm going to bolster or hinder, and I'm going to bolster Shao.
Okay. So Shao, you can either take a condition away or you can take your status away, which your status will just be ongoing.
Which is, so the stun has gone away, right?
That'll go away, yeah, once they're done.
Right. And if I give you, what is it? If I give you empowered, then you get to clear a fatigue at the end of each exchange.
So it would just balance out with the doomed one you have. So you could take that or you could just get rid of doomed.
That's true.
Either way.
Probably be better off getting rid of doomed.
Yeah, because otherwise they would just balance out either way. So yeah, you can get rid of doomed.
And then I'm going to also anticipate.
Okay.
So I'm going to declare that this deadbeat dad is going to cast evade next turn.
Okay, fair enough. And then Garnet, what are you doing?
I'm also going to bolster, this time on myself.
Okay.
Because I'm getting a little rattled here.
Gonna get rid of doomed, or you gonna get rid of a condition?
Doomed.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, what it looks like is you just see Garnet stomp, and metal spikes break the cage around them, and then a little drop of blood floats past Gianni's cage, gets inside of Shao's cage, and just expands, shattering the cage around you. There's now a pile of blood at your feet, but you're free.
Don't think about it too hard.
Yeah, it's totally fine. But yeah, Ned's turn. Go ahead and make your rolls. He will evade, so he will go last. You guys all know he's going to evade this round.
Forgive my spelling, but
You're good.
No, you're good.
It's the final beatdown.
The final brain cell.
So we got 1 defense, 2 attacks. Okay, go ahead and make your rolls, and then Shao, you're up first. Tell me what you do once you roll.
that's gonna be a 9.
A 9, so you get 1.
This is gonna be a tag team. We're using the power of friendship.
Love that.
And I guess I have to pick one.
I mean, they're both attacking, so either one works. Who are you gonna boost with?
Well, I would say that it would be thematically nice if I went with Guarded again to have us, kind of making amends in some way against the same foe. But I also haven't boosted G yet.
Okay.
It's okay.
Who just rescued you, to be fair.
Who just rescued
Yeah,
me.
they
So
did
you know
just
what? I
rescue
think
you.
I owe it to G.
Okay, cool.
Balance.
So yeah, you move over and you lightning strike, shatter in their cage, but because you still have that status, some of the lightning is still sparking on G's body. But yeah, what do you guys want to do? Go ahead and make your attack rolls for me. We'll see what
Oh
you
my
do.
god. Oh my god. Yes. Can we can I actually add something to this?
Sure.
Can I have that lightning manifest in G's water so that basically we have conducted lightning?
100%. Okay, so they're gonna do
I know the
that.
perfect thing to do.
And that was the other evade. Maybe it was the basic ones. Okay. Cool. Perfect. Okay. So they are going to empower themselves, but they are also going to do something to each of you after this attack goes through. So we'll see what happens here in a second. But yeah, what are your guys' attack? You both rolled 10 or higher. Great. What's going on to this old man as you're at the land of him?
Please beat my
Is it
dad's ass.
2? Is it
Yeah.
10 2 basic?
You each get
or
two
master?
basic mastered or a combination of the two. So you each get 2 techniques you can do here in this exchange.
And I can do a practiced one now, right?
You could do a practiced one instead, yeah, if you want to do what I think you want to do here.
I'm gonna
you
strike
did
and
you did
pressure.
take an attack bloodbending move. Okay. You're gonna do what?
Strike and pressure.
Strike and pressure, okay.
Pressure is so that he cannot attack.
Okay, now it's Hatnet's turn, and strike. It's gonna make him choose one. So he does get 1 fatigue back if he did evade this turn. And then he's gonna mark some stuff. Oof, he's running out of stuff to mark.
Oh, can I spend my last fatigue to hammer him with my blows so that he has to mark 2?
So I'll say with that, because what he's marking is his principal. You get his principal all the way down to 0. So his balance is like, he's fucking going insane right now. His balance is completely dropping. So he's back to
Yeah,
0 in his
that feels
principal.
on brand because I've been taunting his ass.
His eyes have completely dimmed at this point. Um, and then what does the blood twisting do?
So it's just the blood twisting, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So with this little spark of conducted water electricity, I'm sending it straight to his mouth,
Okay.
and it's going to go into his mouth to then cause him to feel his lightning all inside of his body, twisting with
Okay.
every crack and every break of the lightning.
That tracks then, because I'm gonna mark disgusted.
That's nasty. And I
That's so
love it.
gross. As you offset the market condition, because this is one of your first times using this technique, it says. So market
It
condition.
is true.
Your
I
first
am
3 times
deeply
using
troubled.
it. So he is out of principle and has 1 condition left and 1 fatigue left. But in that exchange, he took the feint evade. So everyone who attacked him also takes a fatigue. So you just take 1 fatigue. If you don't have fatigue, take 1 condition. But yeah, so this is what it looks like as you do that, and he's just like, looks like he's gonna puke. He's just like, you've seen his body, like you feel like see something actually moving under his skin, like body horror s, and he's just like, enough, and he just like looks like a freaking Goku power up thing for a second, and just 2 bolts of lightning hit the 2 of you, inflicting that fatigue and knocking you backwards. Okay, you can't attack, so we're gonna do something else again here. So let's see. I think he's gonna do that again, actually. Yeah, he's gonna do that. So he's gonna. Okay. What's everyone doing? I feel like this is gonna be the last round at this point. Evade. Shao. Attack. Perfect. Make your rolls. He is also evading again. So Garnet, Gianni, and Tal all get one fatigue back and make your rolls, guys. And Chow will be first as they go to attack their dad.
That's gonna be an 8.
An 8. So what one move are you gonna do to him?
Oh, I'm striking.
Just striking. Okay.
Just striking.
Ooh, he does have 2 fatigue now, but does he want to mark that or mark his condition? Because if he does, well, he's not attacking though either. Fuck. He's gonna mark his last condition. He is now irritated as well. This is not going his way. His principle's falling apart as you just charge in. And what's your attack look like as you attack your dad?
I think basically this whole time I've just been twisting and playing with, the lightning that he gave me, but I think at this point I'm charging in with just a good old-fashioned fire blast of my own because I want this to be something that I made.
Perfect. And then what are you guys doing for your evade rolls? Go ahead and roll those. And then we're going to conclude this round.
I got a 7.
Okay, so you get one basic
11.
or mastered, and you get 2 or a practiced.
It is metal bending time.
Hell yeah. Okay, what does your metal bindings do again for me?
Okay, metal bindings is catch an enemy's limbs in metal you control. They become impaired, cannot remove the status unless they can metal bend or the fight ends. While they're impaired and you're engaged with them, you are favored. And the idea is that some of the gem chains that have become partially metal are now wrapping and like disconnecting to bind his limbs together.
Okay, awesome. So they get one less technique, so they will only do 3 techniques this turn now because of that. And then what is Gianni doing?
I'm going to hinder him.
Giving him a status. So he's already impaired. What are you giving him?
I'm gonna stun him.
Stun him, so he won't get another turn. Perfect. So you guys see Shao run in, hitting him with a fiery blast, and he skits back as immediately his legs are binded by metal chains that burst from the ground. And then what does Gianni do to hinder him as that all happens?
She takes a simple like she takes I'm so sorry. She takes a drop of water just right above his head and just drops it to hit him right in the center in his like third eye.
Okay. And because he's stunned, he has no conditions. He's out of fatigue. We're gonna end a like combat sequence here. As Gianni, you get that vision again. And what does it look like as the 3 of you all attack in harmony? All of you describe what your attack looks like, and we're gonna end this battle.
I would
Uh,
say that sorry, I would say that within the full moon, Gianni is taking just fresh, clean water and just surrounding him in like a an icy hold to meet his fate.
Okay, so yeah, water creeps up his body. It's starting to freeze him. It's like a mixture of water and like the blood from the ground itself starts freezing around him. We'll go Garnet next, and then I think it's appropriate to have Shao end this. So, Garnet, what do you do as you see the water and ice and blood starting to creep up his body?
As she's tapping into this newly unlocked metal bending power, she's noticing that Fire Nation soldiers wear metal armor, and so she begins to fold and crush the armor around him as well.
Awesome. Yeah, you hear crunching of bones as the armor is starting to compact. And then Shao, what do you do to finish this fight?
I would like to. I know that this isn't necessarily rules wise something that I think should be a thing, but maybe rule of cool might apply here. I would love very much if we could finalize this fight using all of that conductive material that is surrounding my father and try and see if I can create at least a small blast of lightning of my own.
Yeah. So you use your art lightning, and you pull the last lightning from his body to yourself and kind of do the Azula thing where it grows up one arm, travels around, and you redirect it right at his face, and you just like you feel the metal react to the lightning that you're channeling, and you just feel his body fry, and there's just a loud explosion of metal and blood and ice and lightning scatter, and he's just skidded across, badly third degree burns, bones broken, unconscious, down, as you guys are successful, as he's in critical condition. He ain't getting up anytime soon. And as the battle ends, you guys see Zuko and Katara come back, dragging Azula, knocked out, unconscious, and just they throw her next to him. And as the five of you leave the palace, the last thing you see before we end this one shot is Aang in the air, all four elements surrounded him, glowing as he lays a final strike at Lord Ozai, as Lord Ozai strikes down into the rocky crag in the air where they're fighting, unconscious. And that's where we're going to end this one shot. So, that was fun. 100% need to play a longer version of this system.
Cool.
That's so much fun.
That was fun.
Ooh.
Oh, but yeah, thanks for joining us, everybody. That was a blast. Before we end this, now why don't we go around, tell everyone where to find your lovely selves on the internet and anything that you want to promote, and we'll start in reverse order with Eddie.
Oh God, I have to kick this off.
Yeah, you
Hi
do.
everyone. I'm Eddie, known across the socials as your humble discount bard. You can find me on all the social media under that handle. I'm also on TikTok. I also occasionally stream content on Twitch as well, although I've been having a bit of a hiatus because being an adult is hard and, you know, scheduling is a thing. But you can occasionally find me bi-weekly over at the Red Hair Inn, where we do our campaign of the Ecrium Expeditions, where I play my lovely goblin Butterball artificer art. And otherwise, I'll bounce around various projects here and there. So follow me on the socials and see what shenanigans I'm up to. Let's pass it along.
Okay, perfect. Gizmo.
Hi everyone, I've been Gizmos Aplenty, also known as Gizmos. I'm all over social media doing all sorts of cosplay and D&D character content. You can find me on all of the social medias with said username Gizmos Aplenty. Otherwise, I've been doing just some baby streaming things here and there, as well as getting the opportunity to play some lovely one-shots with some new people, and this has been an absolute blast. I cannot wait for the next one.
And Charmy.
Hello, I'm Captain Charmy, all around the internet, Instagram, Twitter, if you still use that kind of thing, TikTok. I also play in a stream game over at the Mandy's channel called Mist Lost. We're D&D actual play. I play a fire genasi sorcerer named Aurora, who is that hot lightning bitch. So if you like lightning, like come and see us on Wednesdays, 8 p.m. EST. We are back as of the 3rd from our break. And it's been great to try out some more streaming. Thanks for having me, Paige.
Yeah, of course. I love both Mandy and Genasi, so that's perfect. The fact that you're playing a fire Genasi that uses lightning is very appropriate for this moment.
And she's a blue fire.
So
girl,
you're
so,
playing
you know.
Azula. You're playing Azula is what you're telling.
Yes, that was
Got
the goal.
you. I love that so much. And everyone, I am Paige, aka Pluto Cleric. I am a queer, trans, NB streamer and game master. I quest run every game in the universe. What I have next coming up next week on Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern is our next episode of Death Was Easy, a Hades-inspired Monster of the Week campaign, and they are about to spar off with the Minotaur next session after barely surviving their last battle, so this will be great for them. And then what else do I have coming up? That's the only thing I have next week. We also have the 2 Power Ranger games the week after on every second and fourth Mondays. I'm over on Art Light Court's channel at 9 p.m. Eastern, playing Frankie Oliver, the Silver Arcanite Ranger. And on rotating Tuesdays with the Monster of the Week game, I am running a Power Rangers Fae-inspired game, Power Rangers Fairy Arcana Force, as King Oberon and the Rangers battle against Queen Titania and her evil forces. Same time on that other Tuesday here. And then you guys can find me everywhere on socials at Pluto Cleric to see anything else coming up. We have some fun Daggerheart stuff coming up. The open call ended today, as of 3 minutes from now. If you haven't applied and you're watching this, you got 3 minutes to go apply before I shut this off after this session ends. But we had the campaign scheduled and the first one shot scheduled for April, so some fun stuff coming up with that. But thank you all for joining us, and I will see you next time. Have a good night, everybody.